Okay, tonight's PowerPoint is the mystery of Paul and the Vatican. From last night, Vids, you learned about the code of the cock crow. It's predicting the Great Pyramid, representing the Church of Peter, which becomes a worldwide satanic cult. A true apostle, however, would never deny Christ a fourth time. Quoting from Matthew 16:23, "But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offence unto me, for thou savourest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men." The Appian Way leads out of Rome. As the story goes that Peter is walking away from Rome when he sees Jesus walking towards Rome. Peter asks the Lord, "Where are you going?" Jesus replies, "To Rome, to be crucified again." Peter turns and walks back to Rome, and he himself is crucified. Now, Paul, the false apostle, he came along 15 years after the cross. He was a lawyer, and he was head of the army seeking Christians, the followers of Jesus, known as the Way. When he was on the road to Damascus, Lucifer appears, and he is converted. Quoting, "And Saul, yet breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest, and desired of him letters to Damascus, to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem." And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, "Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me?" There you have 2 times Saul. And he said, "Who art thou, Lord?" And the Lord said, "I am Jesus whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks." And the men which journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. Saul is then blind for 3 days, according to Acts 9, 1 through to 10. Then in the next account of Acts 22:5, quoting, "And I fell unto the ground, and heard a voice saying unto me, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me?" There is Saul 2 times again. In this account, the men with him saw the light, but did not hear the voice. Next, Saul is relaying the story to the king in Acts 26:14, quoting, "And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me, and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks." There is Saul twice again. The words spoken are supposed to have been in Hebrew, yet not mentioned in the 2 previous accounts. The language of that time was Aramaic. Hebrew was not spoken, but only read. The word Saul in the Greek concordance is the number 4549. The word following it is 4550. Greek Dictionary 4569, Saulus from 4550, Sapros from 4595, meaning rotten, that is worthless, literally or morally bad, corrupt. Then compare 4190. However, the root origin of the 4569, Saulus, of Hebrew origin, the same as 4549, Saulus, that is Shaul, the Jewish name of Paul, Saul. The word Saul is 2 words away from Satan in the Greek dictionary, which is numbered 4567. Satanas, of Aramaic origin, corresponding to 4566, with the definite affix. The accuser, that is the devil, Satan. We have Saul, the name change, to Paul in Acts 13:9. Then Saul, who was called Paul, filled with the Holy Ghost, set his eyes on him. Taking the verse numbers 13:9, you have the Greek dictionary 139 from 138. Properly, a choice, that is, specially a party or abstractly disunion. Heresy, which is the Greek word itself, sect. The entire scenario was a 15-year catch-up to the work carried out by Peter and the other apostles. Paul had actually murdered Stephen. The problem for Rome was the huge following of the way in Jerusalem and how it had spread in all directions. And Saul was consenting unto his death, and at that time there was a great persecution against the church which was at Jerusalem, and they were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria, except the apostles. We have Peter in Rome, followed by Saul, who was Paul, and finally identifying him, bringing about his death. Now the name Paul is found in 153 verses, and so the same for Peter. There's Paul, number of references found 153, and it's also the same for Peter in 153 verses. Now Saul is mentioned 2 times in 2 verses in Greek, while 1 verse mentioned 2 times in Hebrew. Saul in Greek is 4569, and Saul in Hebrew is 7586. So you have 4569 multiplied by 4 equals 18276. Then add 7586 times 2 equals 15172. So add 18276 to 15172, and the total is 33,448. There it is there. So in the Greek dictionary, 3344, metastrepho, from 3326 and 4762, to turn across, that is, transmute or corrupt, pervert, turn. 33448 is the total for the 6 times the name Saul is mentioned. Divide that number by 6 for an average, and you have the number 5574.6666. In the Greek dictionary, 5574, pseudome, middle voice of an apparently primary verb, to utter an untruth or attempt to deceive by falsehood.